It's 1:30 in the morning and I'm on the 15-hour journey back to the border, leaving Ukraine. And I thought a moment for reflections. First of all, clear the Ukrainian people are absolutely resolute in their determination to see off Putin and his illegal invasion of their country. That shouldn't be a surprise, I know. I guess it was the normality of the day-to-day situation, particularly in the capital, Kyiv, that really struck me. At one point, a siren was going off, an air raid siren was going off, but people actually carried on their normal business. And this journey itself has been fascinating, in as much as it's one thing for health fit people to take this journey. I know that a lot of Ukrainians, elderly, those who were infirm, had left the country, particularly in the early days, and would have taken this route. I know that was the case for Hannah, who came and lived with us for a year. Hannah is into her 70s, not in great health, and this journey must have been incredibly difficult for her, particularly since they were leaving in very, very uncertain conditions and leaving our home in Kyiv behind, potentially for good. In terms of highlights, definitely going to the kindergarten, where Nikita, the 6-year-old now, I think approaching 8-year-old, who lived with us for a year with his family, went to kindergarten. The teachers there remembered him. They made a collage of pictures to take home to him, and a number of other gifts. And it was really a very emotional, on both sides, visit to see that. At kindergarten myself, Snez, the mum, had told me that she made the decision they would leave Ukraine on behalf of her son when, just across the road from the kindergarten, the apartment block was bombed. Well, today I saw something that Snez won't have seen, which is the repaired apartment block. This was very near the beginning of the war that it was bombed. But of course that anxiety about bringing up a child will have remained with Snez, because Nikita would have been at that nursery. But it was very moving visit to see that in kindergarten today. But I was reflecting on, why I personally feel very concerned about what's happening in Europe, in Ukraine, and it's probably because my family, in the late 1800s, on both sides, on both my mom and dad's side, came out of not necessarily Ukraine, but Eastern Europe, Poland, and around Lithuania, chased out by pogroms in fear of their lives. And it was Great Britain that gave them the opportunities that we've enjoyed now for 3 generations. And it's just incredible that this sort of thing is happening again in Europe, that, given what happened last century, that somebody could walk into their neighbour, and we simply cannot afford as a world to enable for that to go unchallenged. I don't know whether it was a sort of blitz spirit from the UK, or just that sort of sense of fair play, but there's something which really links the United Kingdom and Ukraine together. It's the reason why so many people came forward to invite Ukrainians into their home. The latest figures are 236,600 Ukrainian visas issued for Ukrainians coming to the United Kingdom. As of this moment, over £9.3 billion of aid and support provided, both from military and humanitarian and many other energy, many other things, from the UK to Ukraine. And why does it matter? Because if we don't do this, if we don't step up, if other countries don't, then there will be no stopping Putin. He'd carry on pressing west, into Poland and beyond. We've seen this before in history. So this is obviously in our self-interest as well. But I'm very proud the United Kingdom has been overall the second biggest contributor after the United States, with obviously their much bigger economy. And everywhere I went in Ukraine, everyone I've seen throughout the day, from ministers to ordinary members of the public, have been absolutely clear. There's one message that I must send back home, and that is to thank the British people for their support for this momentous battle in Ukraine.